So today I took 3 trades, a very undisciplined trading day today. And pretty disappointed in myself actually. So today, the market opened yesterday actually, gapped down, then it started rallying overnight. So we're still opening up under value area here, but inside range. And then I had this high volume node ledge from Friday, and we were opening up under that ledge. And that ledge lined up with the value area low, so I thought it was a very good level to short. So my main plan was to short here, and if not, I would like to long at yesterday's low, which was also, or Friday's low, which was also a low volume node zone here. So those were kind of my two levels here. Although looking back at this in hindsight, I could say that this was another little low volume node zone right near POC that I could short, but I really would want to short at 71.50 and 52 rather than up here. So that was my plan going in, and market opens right under value area low, and it rallies into value area low at 71.52. So I'm looking to short this right as market opens here, and 71.52 hits it and then starts coming back down. Bunch of buyers stack up here. Delta divergence forms on the 20 range. Also delta divergence forms on 2-minute. So I'm liking this already, but I want some sort of retest, right? So I'm looking for something maybe back into 71.50 or so, and that's what I'm looking at. But then as it drops, it forms a delta divergence bullish on the 20 range chart, and it doesn't finish as a delta divergence on the 2-minute chart. So I'm kind of worried, but I'm looking at the 71.50 level where all the buyers got absorbed at, seeing if it would hold, and if it does hold, I wanted to take a short. But I did think it was a little early in the session, so I wasn't too confident. Also, this delta divergence bullish was also making me a little bit nervous here. So although I had decent confirmations here, including RSI divergence here. So this was the high here, made a lower high here, although price broke highs. And then on this one, it was right around the same level, even though it broke highs again. So I did like that context here. And as soon as this 2-minute started forming a delta divergence on the 2-minute, I entered short one contract with a stop above the highs. I entered with one contract because if it did break the highs here, then I would want to take another try. So it didn't actually end up as a 2-minute delta divergence here, and then started going back up and pretty much instantly stopped me out, I think. I thought I had some hope here with the P-shape forming over here, but yeah, pretty much stopped me out instantly here. But again, it's still RSI divergence here. And there's a 2-minute delta divergence forming. I'm still kind of interested in the short. There is also 20 range delta divergence forming there. And then now CVD hidden divergence forming. So it's breaking highs, but it's wicking up at the highs barely. So I'm kind of interested, but it seems like all these dips are getting bought. So this dip got bought. There's this P-shape that formed, the dip that got bought over here. Again, it tried to form a delta divergence, but dip got bought over there. So I'm a little bit nervous here, but I do see this P-shape right there. And then now it's starting to sell off. So I was really contemplating a entry here right when I saw that P-shape, broke the highs. CVD hidden divergence was here, and then also 1-minute delta divergence was here too. So I liked that and was contemplating a short entry here, but I just wasn't too sure and I let it go. But then it started dropping. So as it started dropping, I felt like I was just gonna miss out on this whole move, and I was not feeling great here. So I'm still waiting for this retest. Again, this dip forms a delta divergence on this dip, forms a little B-shape delta divergence on the 2 minute also, and starts coming back up. And I guess that's a bit of a warning sign here, but I'm looking for that pullback back into maybe 7150 again to take it short and kind of ignore these bullish dip buying signs. So I'm looking at 7150, and it seems like it's holding, at least for a little bit. But then again, this dip gets bought again. So yeah, I'm not too sure, but 20 range chart, there's a delta divergence forming, a bunch of buyers here, but candle is pretty closing lower. So I'm looking at it for any sort of confirmation on that pullback. But it does rally up and gets past 7150. So again, dip gets bought here, dip gets bought here, and dip gets bought here, but I kind of ignore all that. Still looking for shorts, and these selling imbalances come in. So as soon as that comes in, I get short. Initially I have my stop above these highs, but I decided to have it above this swing high because if it is forming a lower high, it shouldn't go past this. But then as it drops, a bunch of sellers get absorbed at 45 here, and then it doesn't go much lower than that. Yeah, so, and then it comes back up and stops me out. So now I tried this one. I entered with 2 contracts. Not quite sure why. I don't know. That was a very good level, but I mean, confirmations weren't the greatest, so maybe I shouldn't have. But the way I entered with 2 contracts and got stopped out. Now it's up at POC here, 7160. And if you look, 7160 is around here. Where that second kind of low volume node was. And I didn't have that. I didn't account for that. So my thought is still, it got past value very low now. It's at POC. I don't want to repeat my mistake of last Monday where that wasn't my plan, but I took it twice and it didn't work out. So I say that I'm pretty much done for the day. It's at POC now, so I don't really want to enter short anymore. Seems like all the dips are getting bought. And to be fair, I didn't even see any good short confirmations either here. It's around 7160. It is coming down, but there's a bunch of sellers here. Seems more like the sellers are getting absorbed rather than selling coming in to move down. So it actually looks very good long here when it comes back down to the 55s. And a retest of value low, it seems like. And then also a retest of this high volume node ledge now because we're above it. Delta divergence here, bunch of sellers that are coming in over here. And then high volume hammer is coming in over here, and again here. So this wasn't in my plan, and I took this knowing that, and I probably shouldn't have, but honestly it looked really good. It just comes straight back down. At this point I don't know what I'm doing, so I log off. But it seems like it rejected from that POC area all the way down, which was kind of my thesis here, that it would reject at this volume node here. Ideally it would have rejected at 7150s, but I guess I rejected at the 60s instead. So that was kind of a little off, but then I didn't even seek a confirmation short here, so yeah, I don't know what I would have done. I don't think these were the worst setups, although the first one was kind of rushed a little bit. And I kind of ignore these bullish signals here. But That was a decent attempt. This one I shouldn't have taken. And yeah. So last week I took 2 out of plan here because I thought maybe I could reject still at POC. But this time I didn't do that because of that, and it works out now. And what worked out last week, which was this long, did not work out today. Yeah, either way, thesis kind of worked out, and that shouldn't have been a trade.